What up? Let's go.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored. They did it.
Left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Kicking it stateside back again. Tuesday, September 14th. We got some Champions League soccer again, my friend. We have a decent slate today. Some headline games. We got two games going on currently. We have Man United facing off, I believe, against Young Boys.
Good old Young Boys.
Out of Switzerland, and we have Salzburg out of Austria facing off against Sevilla. Both of those games are currently in the second half, around the 60th minute. We do have some games later. We have Barcelona versus Bayern Munich will be the headliner today. Brian with his Bayern Munich shirt on, repping hard per usual.
I don't want to jinx anything, but it doesn't seem so scary. It's just way different.
It's a different Barcelona team without Messi, huh? And without Griezmann, and now Barcelona kind of relying on some of their younger players to really step up and contribute and pave the way for that. Another game today, obviously, for being a Chelsea fan, and hello to all our new viewers. If this is your first time catching us, was able to reach out to some of my people on Facebook, running a nice little ad out there. So we got a lot of Texas people who seem to like the show. So if you're from Texas, welcome.
Welcome.
We appreciate you. We are kicking it stateside. We are out of the Northeast. Brian is in New Jersey. I am always floating in between Philadelphia and more northern part of Pennsylvania. So
quite figurative lately.
Literally floating.
Yeah.
But like we said, we're going to talk a little Champions League today. Obviously, we just finished up a Premier League weekend, a jam-packed weekend there. We'll go kind of through the scores, anything that really stuck out to us. Obviously, the big topic today that we're really going to hit on is Cristiano Ronaldo has come into the Premier League and basically just taken it by storm. The guy comes in, this weekend. We weren't sure, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Is he going to start? Is he going to come off the bench? Guy ends up getting, 2 goals?
Yeah.
And just picking it up where he left off after he left Juventus. And then their game today in Champions League, he has been the one that is he's the one that scored their lone goal today so far. So he is just continuing to prove why he's one of the best, and if not the best, coming in. And that brings us to our poll question today, sponsored by the good doc at Specialized Physical Therapy, Dr. Paul Vidal out of South Jersey. He's number 1 in South Jersey, number 1 in our hearts. Make him yours today, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. So the poll question today, Cristiano Ronaldo will challenge for a golden boot in both the Premier League and UEFA Champions League. The way he's been starting this season, Brian, it certainly seems like he's on a pretty good track to at least challenge for that golden boot in both competitions, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, I initially, when I was posing this, I was posing it strictly Premier League. And then as I was coming to finish up the writing of it today or last night or whatever, I realized that they had a Champions League game today and that most likely he was going to be playing in it. And yeah, right now the leader in the clubhouse in the Premier League is 4 goals. And he's played in 1 game so far this season, and he's already has half of that. And we know what he can do when he gets going, and we know what he can do when he has talent around him. And God, it pains me to say it, and And I'm sure it pains you, and it pains a lot of our listeners that don't want to admit to it, but that team has a lot of freaking talent on it. It's a good team, and they're going to put him in good positions. And, I'd be surprised if he doesn't get one, if not both, as long as United finds a way to continue to advance into Champions League. Obviously, they have to play their full season, and as long as he stays healthy in the regular league. But Tommy, what's up, brother? Happy birthday.
Yeah, shout out to the boss man.
Yeah, appreciate
Tommy
you jumping
Arnold.
on the B-Day. And everybody, welcome. Eddie, you were one of those that I was saying we have to, we got to kind of buckle down. And, you don't have to because, you're not on the show. But Adam and I, we discussed it. And we're trying to stay somewhat neutral on the show. Obviously, we don't love seeing these things from the respective fan bases that we root for. But the guy's a beast. And you can say what you want about Bruno. You can say what you want about Pogba. But you start going through that lineup, and like Adam and I were doing right before the show, and it's just freaking deep, man. It's really deep, and he's just so good. For the ones that don't know, I hope you really take the opportunity with him now being in the Premier League and being back with Manchester to watch and to find a game here and there and make sure you sit down and give this guy a watch, because it might change your whole perspective on the sport.
Yeah, and we said, he's coming back to do his his swan song, as you might say, to come back to the team where he started with, and left all those years ago when he was part of that Man United team that people feared, Sir Alex Ferguson. You're going back to like the Paul Scholes and the Ryan Giggs of the world.
And Beckham.
Hell, he even played with his manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, at Man United there. So it's pretty incredible what this guy continues to do at such a good age, at such an older age. And that's what I mean, taking care of your body. And we talked about this to bring in, the American football side and Tom Brady. These guys are getting old, and they're still competing at the highest level. And again, we're only, this is Ronaldo's second game, in all competitions for United. But he's had 3 goals in 2 games. That's a hell of a start. Because we really weren't sure. People are saying, is it past his time? He's not the same Ronaldo. He's not going to give you, the contribution maybe that he once was. But he's out here to prove you and all the haters wrong. So.
And the reason, to me, the GOAT is the GOAT, and we call him the GOAT, is very simple, is that work rate. And say what you want about him, he could take off a little bit at Juventus and still be the best player in that league. And you could see it at times where maybe he wasn't fully committed. Cristiano Ronaldo has pride in himself. He has pride in the game, and he respects the game, and he respects the history of Manchester United and where he came from, being a youth in the Manchester United program. And I think he would never disrespect that crest, and I think he's going to work his ass off. And I think you're going to see that rejuvenated Ronaldo, which obviously we already have. Again, some of it wasn't, they weren't like the craziest, wildest goals or anything like that, but they were workman type Ronaldo goals, being in the right place at the right time, being in that type of shape. And that's awesome to just see from our perspective as we.
Yeah. Well, as Trump 2020 just pointed out, Young Boys did tie the game up right now with United. So we got a 1-1 game here between Young Boys and Manchester United. Obviously, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, if you missed it, got sent off in the first half. So a little bit of a challenge here for United to buckle down on the road here in Switzerland.
And Jordan is in the game, which I find very interesting that I guess he's keeping the Sabatu for his club team, but he's going PFO for the U.S. team. Or maybe that's just ESPN being shitty.
That might be ESPN being shitty too.
Yeah, so I'll find out later when I go back and watch highlights and actually see what kit he has on. But yeah, I'm glad to see he is in the game.
Yeah, Dan, I know who's in it.
Yeah.
I'm being funny.
Well, you knew you were going to get that from the Russian
I know.
league supporter.
I kind of figured that I was going to, rise up some of,
trolling Dan
being a big fan of the Russian league. I know who Zenit St. Petersburg is. I'm just teasing. They're still not coming into the bridge and winning. Just saying.
Now, here's the only caveat to this, agreeing now to this question. If Young Boys just tied this thing up, obviously there's two legs to this. Young Boys is at home on this one, so they will have to go to Old Trafford, I believe, on the second one. If I'm not mistaken, this is in Switzerland,
this is in
right?
Switzerland, yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, if they get eliminated, that gives him zero chance of winning Golden Boot in Champions League if they can't make it beyond this round.
Yeah, it's putting you in a tough spot. I mean, it's already, again, being on the road in any, especially in this competition, nothing's easy or going to come easy. And being down a man for now 30-some minutes, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, they might give up another one. But, again, they'll have a second game, and they could go to Old Trafford and win 5-0, and he could get a hat trick. So,
sure.
I mean, the way that it looks now and the shape that he looks in and the motivation that he looks like he's playing with, I would probably definitely agree to the poll.
Eddie said he does agree. Ronaldo's Ronaldo. He may be 36, but he still has some skill and stamina. He brings influence to the team. Totally. The guy's been around. He's been at United before. He knows what the fans bring. He knows what the fans expect from him. And I don't think he would have taken the challenge if he didn't think he can compete at that highest level in the Premier League. And he saw what Messi did. He saw what Messi made the easy switch to a loaded PSG team. Not saying that Man United isn't set up for success, finishing, I believe, second last year in the Premier League, but a little bit different of a league. You're dealing with the French league compared to, the Prem, who most would say is the best league in the world. So yeah, it's to answer the poll, I think he's going to be up there again. Kind of piggybacking off what Jake said. What's up, Jakey? Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes are a match made in heaven, of course. As a Man United fan, you guys have got to be pretty pumped. You get, especially, now that the Portuguese side is pretty much, you have talent in the Premier League more than you probably have ever, with Jota being, ascending to what he's been at, the form he's been in, and now Bruno, you bring Ronaldo in, beautiful thing. The Portuguese are, again, World Cup. Look out for the Portuguese.
Yeah. There's going to be one final push for that squad, definitely. Silva, too.
Jake also said, I agree. I don't want to sound like a Man United homer, but I think this is the best Ronaldo has looked in recent years. Again, going back to where he, started, but really got, that claim to fame as being Ronaldo.
Yeah,
at Man United.
Sporting doesn't count. it counts, but it doesn't count too much. He's a kid.
Right. He's a young boy, and now he's, gets the tutelage under, Sir Alex Ferguson. And again, like the names we mentioned earlier, who he was playing with on that old Manchester United team, it doesn't get much better than that. So, it's got to give him a little bit of pep in his step, knowing that he's going back, some would say home. And he's going to, again, like I said, I don't think he would have taken this challenge on if, he didn't think he could compete, at that highest level and, still make an impact on that squad. I don't think Ole and the Manchester United, board and staff would say, we're not going to bring him in to be just throw him in there, 20 minutes each game. We want him to be, a serious contributor to the team. And hey, so far so good. You got to be pretty excited as a Man U fan.
Yeah, they've definitely decided to try to sit back and just end this game in a draw. It looks like bringing Varane in for Van de Beek. So should be interesting. Although the way Ronaldo's been, who knows, man down, he could still grab a game winner here. He's still in the game running up and down the pitch. So we shall see. There's still time in that one, about the 73rd minute. Tommy mentioned Prism just becoming a member. Yes, sir. Let's talk some soccer. So that might as well bring us to some of our sponsors. And obviously our poll question of the day is brought to you by Manscaped, the leader in the below the belt, keeping yourself clean technology. We talk about it all the time. The Lawnmower 4.0, that's the one that you got to get. Everything else is awesome too, but you got to start with the Lawnmower 4.0. Get yourself the kit. 4th generation trimmer, cutting edge ceramic blades, reduces grooming accidents, has their skin safe technology. You don't want to nick your boys on date night. It's not fun. So,
that's just setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, so make sure you go with the best, just like come with us and the best. You go with the best when it comes to taking care of that stuff. 20% off, free shipping.
Again,
A2D.
I think we got to give a nice soccer clap to all the A2D members out there, because we just got word that we've been pretty good. And our A2D promo with Manscaped has really been a hit with Manscaped and has helped Manscaped out as well.
Yeah, so for all of you who have jumped aboard, we appreciate it. And for all of you those haven't, continue to jump on board so we can keep Manscaped as such a great sponsor and we can keep these good deals coming in. Because the more we support them and stuff like that, then the better deals we have coming forward for us and for you guys. So, again, who can beat 20% off and free shipping? And they got all the cool stuff, too. You can do where they do the renewals, or you can just do the one-time purchase, and then when you run out, you can go back and one-time purchase again. You don't have to do, just, know what you're signing up for. But a lot of good stuff out there. So definitely check them out. And then as Tommy was saying, the memberships, man. Talk about the memberships.
It's the time to get in, It's, American football's, we know how popular that is. We got shows on that, hockey, soccer, obviously with us. You got wrestling. You got, the fall sports are going to be starting up. We got hockey and basketball right around the corner. It's a good time to get in, man. A lot of good stuff happening here at A2D. A lot of good shows. $10 a month. You get appearances on shows, members only stream. We're going to start that just a fan only roundtable where everybody, can discuss whatever the topic may be for that day. And also the Money Pop podcast, shout out to them and Willie Vegas. You got any good picks, any good beats, any hunches you got going on? Send them your way. You've got any good soccer picks? You like today, you like Chelsea at home against Zenit. Hammer that.
Bayern on the road against Barca. Hammer that.
Probably not a bad deal either.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, just saying, Besiktas and Dortmund. Hammer that tie, I'm saying.
Yeah, and
challenge.
As Dan did mention earlier, and we didn't get a chance to mention it, that Europa Conference League is also back underway too. So
the snoozer league.
Yeah, Dan always has a boy, and he always has a team in there though. So his Tel Aviv team, you should have hammered them today because they did crush it 4-1. So they will give him a shout out on there. He muted us for the ad, so he better want to unmute it because he actually is getting a positive mention for once on here. So big ups to Tel Aviv. Hopefully you won a few bucks.
His heart is getting bigger by the minute, I think. He's good. He's gaining a love for us. He doesn't want to admit it, but
he loves me.
we've made some strides. He's in time. He's still in timeout with me.
Yeah, that's all right. I got my own set of haters.
Blocking them out. Eddie said Lukaku, Kane, Salah, big contender for Golden Boot for Ronaldo and EPL, and then Messi, Haaland, and obviously Louis, who we know what he can do, obviously in Champions League.
Yeah, the toughest part with
It's
the
not
whole
going to be
Champions League,
but I mean,
yeah, is longevity. You know, because the longer you last, the more opportunities you have to score goals. Clearly, guys like Lev, you would expect to be around for a little bit in this tournament. I mean, guys like Ronaldo, you probably do, the way United is, and with a matchup against young boys. Lukaku, absolutely expect to be around in this tournament and can prove it. Kane, not so much. Salah, yeah.
I think in the league, Lukaku, Salah, the way they've both started, are definitely going to be, I would say, up there.
Oh, absolutely.
And if Mikel Antonio doesn't get sent off, you know, maybe he challenges.
Yeah.
Gave me a nice -1 fantasy. Thank you.
Yeah, and somehow, you know, our buddy Sullivan gets extremely lucky with his pickup of Ronaldo.
Congrats.
Because Julio was asleep at the wheel again. I even messaged him, and he said he was going to put in for it, so I don't know what happened, but
Hey, school's important.
I know. He's got a busy life, but he loses out on Ronaldo and a lot of points every week.
Anthony, hello, sir.
I believe Ronaldo's was 2 with a third year option, and I believe Messi's was the same. Actually, I think they are both.
Are they similar? I don't remember.
Very similar.
I don't remember Messi's contract.
And does that contract Messi signed still apply where he can come to the MLS? He can come to the MLS. He didn't sign with City, so I mean, I guess it's open to wherever they want to come to the MLS if they want to come to the MLS.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could see Ronaldo going to like Miami, possibly Inter Miami in the MLS.
Yeah.
You
why wouldn't you want to go to Miami if you're Ronaldo and you're 40, hang out with David Beckham and just kick the ball around?
Living in South Beach, that's not a bad deal.
Yeah. Miami will be a mid-table team still. I was so wrong on them. Yeah, that contract was that didn't happen. That was part of the problem.
Right.
The contract never went through. That they couldn't make it happen. They tried to make it club friendly and all that, and get guys to take pay cuts and time. And
yeah, they didn't want that. They just couldn't come to an agreement.
Yeah, it was time. I mean,
we talked about this stuff last year, where it was his time to move on, and he didn't want to be. He wanted to be comfortable, and is he going to stay Barcelona his whole career and not really like challenge himself? But money was right with PSG, I guess.
I just want to see what he does tomorrow in a Champions League game, to be honest with you, on the Messi end, because he hasn't done much to impress so far on the PSG end, or at least it's been quiet. If he has, it's all been pretty much Mbappe and those guys. You haven't heard too much out of the PSG side about Messi lighting anybody up. I'm going through the games here. I'm seeing Iridisa scoring. I'm seeing a lot of Mbappe. I'm seeing Andrew Herrera. I don't see a lot of Messi. I mean, I know he's a facilitator too, and he does other things other than just score, where Ronaldo is just the heavy scorer of the two. But still, you'd expect him to start adding some goals into the mix.
I'm assuming the goals will come.
You would think so.
Again, he'll probably score tomorrow now that you said that.
Probably.
Ronaldo to Vancouver. Oh, my God.
I don't think Ronaldo would go on vacation to Vancouver. Not even in the summer.
I don't think.
No.
It's tough when it's hard to be that kind of market, because You have so many big cities that these big-time athletes want to go to, and
that's why the Grizzlies were out of there in like 4 years.
Yeah, even like Philly is a small market because, like, do you want to live in Old City in Philly and make the train or make the drive like 25 minutes to the training complex every day?
Yeah,
probably not.
Probably not.
You want to go to New York. You want to go to L.A. You want to go to Florida somewhere.
They don't even want to come to New York right now, not in this sport.
Well, I mean, that's what you get for playing on a baseball field, for God's sake.
Yeah, you either play on a baseball field or on this weird little island in the center of whatever part of New Jersey.
We don't know what Harrison is.
It's super sketchy. All I know is once you go over that bridge, all bets are off.
Very Chester-like.
Yeah.
Oh, a Greg Berhalter?
If Greg Berhalter is successful as a national team coach, would you guys want to replace him? Neither. I would take Arson. I mean, I'd take Arson, I guess. I'd never put Conte in charge of the national team. I think you missed recently. We've had some of these discussions. Adam and I both we're Jesse Marsh guys, clearly. Our buddy Lord Walker is definitely making a campaign for Pep. So,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're slowly coming around to Greg, I guess you can say.
Well, we were, and then we weren't. And
yeah, he's still got a lot of work to.
He's got October. He has that's it. Like he has October.
We did, Anthony. We did talk about that ad nauseum for the last probably 2 weeks.
Between four shows.
Great Greg Berhalter shows. Really beat that one up. So we'll be back around to that in 3 weeks' time. So I know that Ronaldo has the personality to do all the marketing and promotions and talk show. I thought he was a lot smoother with English than what he was. His first interview with United was.
He doesn't really care.
I had that thought in my head, but
my thing with him is you saw it with the whole Heineken thing. He does, but he's only going to promote what he wants to promote. He doesn't care what the tournament wants to promote or what the league wants to promote or even necessarily what his team wants to promote. He's going to worry about what he wants to promote. So
the problem is both Ronaldo and Messi are so worldwide. They don't really technically need to do anything in the U.S. because people are still going to walk around with Ronaldo jerseys. People are still going to walk around with Messi jerseys.
Yeah. Those. My nephews wanted a Messi jersey at 6-7 years old, and I asked them why, and they're like, I don't know, just it's got to be Messi.
Popular pick, I guess.
Yeah, because everybody those little kids that all play soccer and they all play FIFA, they go on, and that brought me to my. Look at that! That was an unintentional segue.
That tends to happen a lot.
It does to our YouTube question, which was the thing about the FIFA ratings, and there's obviously another uproar as usual. So they came out. Messi is off the jump when they do the initial player ratings, the highest rated player in the game at 93, followed by Lev at 92, and then Ronaldo at 91 with a slew of there's a few other 91s as well. So I think that's kind of a little bit of a misjudgment, but again.
They don't put anybody at 99 like Madden.
Those will come out through the season. You'll have guys, if they have a good week, they'll get a 99 card if they start high. But there's so much stuff that comes out through that year. Usually those are at the very end of the year. You'll get maybe a 1 or 2 point bump if you get a team of the week card or something like that. But Haaland's not even an 89, so I was kind of disappointed in that. I think he's still probably in that. I didn't see where his rating, but I'm going to guess he's an 87, 88 because they only showed what I saw down to the 89s.
I feel like they're really tough with their ratings.
They are. I mean, they're extremely I will give FIFA that. They are extremely tough on their ratings, but sometimes accurate, sometimes inaccurate. I probably would have made. I still think over the last year and two Lev's had, I probably would have went with him as the number one rated guy over Messi, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. The only thing I'm excited about going into this, and I was on the fence about getting FIFA this year, but the fact that there are guys like Ronaldo back in the Prem, and I try to play with a Prem heavy team, going after that little goal of getting a Ronaldo card or a Lukaku card up at my striker, like I'm with it, so I'm probably going to buy in, and
I'm about it.
Yeah. They delayed it this year too. Normally it'd be out by now, but it's been on a delay. I don't think it drops till like the first week of October, where you can get the pre-release like a couple days early in September.
Yeah, the past few years they've kind of been waiting longer and longer, like late September, October, it's strange, but
I guess because they had the extensions of the transfer windows too.
Yeah, you try and get that over with. I get it.
Yeah, because then they were doing these massive updates, and it was especially with how much Team of the Week is like a moneymaker for them, and all the little side purchases and shit people can do. They want those as accurate as possible.
Yeah.
So little FIFA talk. We don't do much on here, but
I have a question with the national team. Who do you guys think is the future poacher target forward for the U.S.? I mean, Josie Altidore is done. He's gone.
Altidore.
He is not coming back anytime soon.
Josh Sargent might be done if he keeps putting in performances like I've seen in his opportunities, because there's too many other guys that are hungry and want to play striker on this team that I don't see him on the wing. I'm sorry. I don't see what he brings as a winger. Personally, I keep trying. I'm trying. And every time I feel let down. So I'm getting to the point where I'm losing my Josh Sargent patience again. Pepe train, baby. We're riding the Pepe train. We're riding the Pepe train. We still got the local in Daryl DK still in, ready to run with the Pepe train. Waiting on Hoppe, waiting on them to get a good coach to come up with a better formation.
Whatever Greg wants to do, but again, that's
I sent out a great formation the other day. I don't know if you saw it in our group. Did I send it in our group
I
thing?
did. Yep.
With Pulisic and him up top, but whatever.
We'll see when October comes around.
Yeah, man. Big decisions.
So we're pretty much getting into the stoppage time of these two Champions League games right now. Sevilla, Salzburg still 1-1, and then United is still tied with Young Boys 1-1.
Two teams that sat on red cards for one more than half the game and one just about half the game, and looks like they're gonna both squeak draws out unless there's some stoppage time goals pop up here. So I wouldn't say uneventful opening games to the thing. Ronaldo scores, so that definitely goes along with everything that we were going to be discussing today anyway, so that's awesome.
Right.
Young Boys are keeping their way in it. So
good point. They can get it.
Yeah, that's a good look for them. Good point for them in the group stages here. If they can get it at home, that's what you would probably want if you're them in this game. And yeah, Salzburg, Sevilla, kind of not unexpected between two teams like this. I would have liked to see Salzburg jump on that red card and Aronson score, but doesn't look like that's happening.
Good old Rakitic scoring.
Yeah, Rakitic with the penalty, and as you mentioned, the Sushik kid, another just super young kid in that Red Bull pipeline, comes in. Both pens for Sevilla and Salzburg, so looks like these two are pretty much wound down. And as we're going off today, everybody can go right from us and hop on to some of these afternoon games here. Like
Paramount Plus.
Yeah, it's kind of becoming imperative now that I bite the bullet.
Got to do it.
That's the last one I pretty much don't have, and I will have. I was probably just going to try to wait till the round of 16, thinking that Bayern's just going to handle themselves in group stages here, and I'll be okay watching highlights. But we'll see. We'll see how this Barca game goes and how I feel. If they come out and they just go on the road to Barca and they handle their business and get off to a good start, then I'll wait till the round of 16 to make that purchase.
That's fair. Give it one game. Give it a little test run.
Who else is going today? Kiev and Benfica.
Yeah.
Lille and Wolfsburg could be an interesting matchup. I guess John Brooks will be back for Wolfsburg playing. See how he does after he got kind of ridiculed in his time with the men's national team here in those last couple games.
Yeah, and Canadian rising star Jonathan David.
Yeah, he's starting for Lille today. Timothy Way's still out, so unfortunately will not be able to see him be featured today. Let's see, who else?
Juventus going to Sweden to face off against Malmo.
Yeah, good old Malmo. I was seeing if Anders Christensen starting for Malmo at 10. Oh, Juventus going with Morata and Dybala up top. Interesting.
Dybala's time now.
Yeah, all these lineups are dropping. This is great. I didn't even look at my team's lineup yet.
Oh my goodness, young boys have scored. Yes,
did they?
Pifok.
Jordan. So I'll be completely wrong in my poll question of agreeing if that means Young Boys goes on and upsets.
Of course, it's the American that gets it done.
Yeah.
Steve with a 95th minute winner for Young Boys.
Wait, a good start by the in the group stages here for Young Boys, grabbing 3 points at home.
That is, you get a red card early. You get a red card like that in the first half. It's tough, baby.
Dan's still with us. If he is, Alfonso's starting for Bayern today, so that's good. Sané starting, Lev. Got the Chelsea lineup. Let's see who's in the Chelsea lineup today. Lukaku up top. Oh, nice lineup for Chelsea today. Tuchel's not playing around.
He's going for it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it seems like is Pulisic involved at all?
No, he's complete. He's not even in the. They're going to rest that injury.
Nursing that injury, isn't he?
Yeah, they're going Lukaku up top. It's a 3-4-2-1. So Romelu up top with Ziyech and Mount kind of underneath him, and then Alonso, Jorginho, Kovacic, James, and then Rudiger, Christensen, Azpilicueta as your 3 in the back with Mendy in goal. So that's a lineup.
That's nice. I know. Yeah, I remember Anthony, the Chelsea fan, who. Yep, Juve got today.
Yeah, man.
I think there was only one more as going on today.
Villarreal and Atalanta.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So that will be going on as well. That was the final game. I was just running through these rosters real quick. So yeah, some good matchups coming up at 3:00 again. Young Boys, huge upset.
Big time.
Probably could have won a few bucks on that one today if you threw it down.
So,
yeah, even at home, those odds had to have been pretty phenomenal with Ronaldo in the lineup. So you kind of get the best of both worlds in that game. You get an early Ronaldo goal. Those guys are on cloud 9. And then Wan-Bissaka with a red card. Again, I haven't seen it, so I can't speak on exactly what happened yet, but I'll go back and watch that one.
It must have been Eric Stott in our in our soccer just said, sell Lingard to Norwich for a chippy. I don't know what just happened, if Lingard either missed a sitter or he drew the foul that ended up being maybe a free kick of some sort or missed a marker. But
yeah,
it seems like Eric is not happy with the chosen son of Jesse Lingard.
Man, how he goes from here back down to here. He needs
it's a
to
roller
go back.
coaster ride, man, for him. That's tough.
They just got to get him back on that West Ham team, and he'll be rolling again.
Hope so.
But to see Jordan come back and get another goal for Young Boys again,
that's big time.
It's big time, and that just to me that just. And I know we don't want to hark on it, but it did come up during the show, and it all ties together. Is why doesn't this happen for the U.S. team? Probably because there's a systematic issue. Because it's definitely not him. Because he does it against the best competition week in, week out, whether it's Champions League competition. I mean, I know the Swiss League isn't but they're the best team in the Swiss League for a reason, and they just knocked off, even though they were a man down, a really good Man United team today. So the kid deserves a lot of credit, and he deserves a chance to succeed, I think, in this U.S. men's national team.
So I guess
nice.
Gifting goals. Jesse's gifting goals.
Nice. Can't wait to see that one. Beautiful.
I guess, what is he, clearing it into the center of the field, which you learn at age 6?
I know, a fresh-legged Jordan just took it and handled his business.
Oh, that's great.
I'm just going to always call him Jordan from now on. And I'm sorry, Jordan Morris, but I probably don't expect to see much Jordan Morris back with the U.S. men's national team.
That
even when he is healthy. Yeah. So I'm just going to, from now on, if you ever hear the reference of Jordan, I've been getting it a lot when I say it on some of the men's national team groups. That's the only Jordan that we can refer to, and he goes by different last names depending on what team he's playing for. So,
you never clear the ball in the middle of the field. You learn that at age 6.
Look, Eric said that 8-year-olds learning how kicking the ball around don't make that stupid pass. Yeah, I gotta go coach those 8-year-olds Thursday night. Back in that
when you're too cute in the back, then bad things start to happen.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, Anthony. What was your question, buddy? I'm sorry. Oh. If the Super League in North America actually happens with Mexico, Canada, and the United States, do you think the MLS will be forced to do pro relegation? I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. I think that they kind of debunked that, Anthony. There's a little rumblings of it last year, and I believe Mexico, their president of Liga MX said they're really not interested in doing that, and I think that would be silly for Don Garber to even engage in that as well.
Yeah, they came out recently during the some of the Champions League games and some of the U.S. men's national team games, and kind of spoke on how don't expect any of that to kind of happen. If anything, we don't need Liga MX to go to a pro-rel system in the United States. We're so deep now with the USL League One and the USL Championship and all these leagues that are starting and up and coming and all these big cities that have teams now. And I'm ready to start going now because I'm tired of watching shit natty year after year just take up space in our league.
It's just tough because if we did that,
they can't handle
They can't. Yeah, some of these smaller clubs, they're playing at high school stadiums, and that wouldn't be able to, from a safety standpoint, security, parking. It wouldn't work. That's why you see some of these. You see the teams
in Europe, though.
Yeah, I mean, when you see the teams that have success and popularity in USL, they're going and getting asked to go to the MLS. You're seeing it with Sacramento. You're seeing it with, Charlotte next year now. Teams that actually get a lot of fans at USL games, they're going to get
I know, and then I know, and we're gonna end up like every other American sport league, where we're gonna have 32 teams, and we're gonna have a thinning of talent because we have too many teams in one league.
That would be fine though if we did that. Like if we split up 32 teams, say or you get the MLS to 36 teams, right?
And then make it 2 leagues.
You make it 2 18-team leagues, and
I'm okay
you do
with that.
Relegation that way. Because you're right. Cincinnati, but they literally just built that brand new, beautiful stadium.
And again,
the team is still terrible, but
it's gorgeous. But it's
like
I've described it in many ways. I don't think I need to describe it again.
And Dan said that Vancouver just got a new stadium.
Yeah, a lot of these teams are starting to get these, and some of these other new teams coming in. The stadium in Austin's beautiful, and I think with the fact that some of these teams are just getting their first chance to play in a new league and they've been brought in, you can't get there yet, but at some point, yes, if they get enough teams, they need to develop to where it's like 20 and 16 or something. Like most of the big leagues in Europe have 20 teams, I believe, in their top league. So I think that should kind of go to then be the target, and then you have the secondary league to where these teams could afford still playing in the secondary MLS league. But
it's just hard. It's just hard to. It's hard to determine then if you did the 36, if you did 18 and 18 with a lead, like a top tier and then a second tier. How do you determine the second tier? Do you have like a tournament where
you'd have to, I guess, or some kind of longevity rules, like because that'd be I feel like all the originals would get the first shot at the. Like if you're under 5 years old, you're automatically in the second league to start this new. I don't know. That would maybe be the fairest. Like you can't put like Galaxy in the second league to start, even if they had a bad year prior to.
Right. The big teams, obviously.
Sounders, Portland, New York, Philly, the real New York. Not. The other ones would get into, unfortunately. But
I'm sorry, Dan. I thought you said Vancouver got a new stadium or something.
Oh.
My bad. Maybe I saw it on TV or on a YouTube.
He was probably just excited they actually scored a goal once.
They're actually doing pretty good recently.
No, they are. There's my teams. I can't say anything. My team's terrible. Although, got a match with Columbus tomorrow, so that's.
And we got a match with Club America tomorrow.
You sure do. Are you going?
I'm not.
No.
Tickets were too expensive to make that even possible.
If
like I said, a 9:00 game, I think tomorrow. Or 9:30, it's later, and I got to work early on Thursday, so passing.
Hopefully they get it done. That's all.
If it wasn't 2-0 the leg, I might consider.
Yeah, I know that happened to me in the Eastern Conference Finals a couple years ago when Atlanta won that first game 2-0, and I had the tickets to the home leg at Red Bull. I went because it was the Eastern Conference Final and. I had hope in that Red Bull team, but they laid an egg, and Al Marone laid in the corner and pretended somebody shot him or something. Somebody threw a glove at him.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it was great.
I do remember that.
I was excited.
It was a frozen glove, though.
Yeah, it was cold. It was definitely a cold night for
frozen
some
gloves can do damage.
Yeah.
Real quick, I don't want to really get into too much, but the games tomorrow for Champions League. Just go over the slate. An early one, speaking of Dan's Turkish Super League, Besiktas takes on the Dortmund tomorrow at 12:45 Eastern. We'll see. Again, I'm thinking tie there. Dortmund had a barn burner and insane game this weekend against Leverkusen, 4-3. But I don't expect. I expect a tie. I think Besiktas is going to come out and get a result. What else we got? We got Sheriff Tiraspol.
I was trying to read up on them a little bit.
Taking on Shakhtar Donetsk tomorrow, 12:45 Eastern. We got Atletico Madrid and Porto at 3. We got Bruges versus PSG. Messi making his debut Champions League for PSG, you would assume. Then you got 3 pretty good matchups here. We got Inter Milan facing off against Real Madrid in Milan. Then you got the mighty Reds of Liverpool hosting AC Milan. Comes to Anfield. That's a nice one.
Yeah, with no Ebro, though.
Ooh.
Yeah, unfortunately, he is not available for this game.
Rats.
Yeah, some will say he's scared to
Some would say.
to step in that stadium, and some will say otherwise, but he's knocked now, so he will not be making the trip. Then you got City Leipzig.
I think City does some pretty good damage there.
You would kind of think so. And then Sporting CP and Ajax. So
Yes.
Cristiano's original home. See, it goes full circle.
Yeah, anything can happen. You're right, Eddie. I know. Anything can happen. That's
Yes.
what happens. You get red cards. Sometimes bad things will happen.
Yeah, and we talk about it all the time. Let's not overreact. It's,
Again, first match day of Champions League. A lot
Yeah,
can
yeah.
happen.
Yeah, you get a home and an away in group stages, so you get plenty of games to make this up. But United, you still got Villarreal and you still got Atalanta in that group too. So not getting that 1 point now is kind of a big deal, and it's definitely a big deal for young boys looking at their schedule probably going into this and seeing themselves sitting there with 3 early is a super feeling.
Yes, Dan, I know you've said this. What'd you say? After 21 years, the Jerusalem Derby was yesterday. Nice.
Nice.
Beitar Jerusalem beat Hapoel Jerusalem 3-0. And that was talking the Israeli Premier League.
You can't get that anywhere else. I'm sorry. There's a lot of guys that, we touch on a lot of things. We touch on the Prem. We touch on U.S. men's national team. There's a lot of soccer shows out there. But, who's really got people there just going that deep? Dan is our correspondent for anything Russian, Israeli League. and Western, Northern Canada. And we appreciate it very much.
Not a bad correspondent to have, I guess.
No, and John Brooks is in the lineup. I didn't check that earlier. I had just assumed, but I wanted to go back and check that. Just trying to see all the Americans doing big things over in Champions League. Love it.
Yeah.
Love
Again,
it.
and we got these games about to kick off now. Thank God I need some Champions League in my life to watch.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. We've been 53 minutes in and finally shows up for the party, predicting his 11 for what do they play tomorrow? They're tomorrow. They're in the tomorrow slate.
Tomorrow slate against
Alex and Alexander and Arnold matchup. I mean, that's.
Tell you what, that Liverpool team looks pretty good.
Yeah. They do.
Pretty good.
They do. Jota's the real deal. We all knew that. Salah's the real deal. Always has been since he's gotten to Liverpool. So
I think he's got a little fire under his ass this year.
Absolutely. They got contracts coming up too. So, like in all sports, we know guys will definitely play for that paycheck, and contract years are good things. There he is. I was waiting for one of them to come out. Ole must be sacked after that match, right? because it's definitely Ole's fault that his right back got a red card 39 minutes into the game. That's such the coach's fault. You know, his most reliable, one of his more reliable guys, solid right back that's been really good for his team. And I didn't see the game yet, so I'll have to go back later and see. But clearly did something stupid to be getting a red card 39 minutes into the game and put his team in a really bad spot with a 1-0 lead already. So,
the special one usually has that touch of magic wherever he goes, right, in the beginning, and then it turns to shit.
Yeah, he's been really loving life over in Roma.
Seeing pizza, sipping on Cokes.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing you can say is, are there a lot of expectations from Roma? Sure. But is it the same as like some of the other clubs he's been to recently, and is it the same pressure? Probably not. He can probably just loosely go in and have some fun and coach.
I mean,
and he's got some young kids on that team that he can really mentor. And he's
I guess
in Roma, like you're in Rome.
When you're Jose Mourinho and you're
in Rome,
I guess that pressure and expectation just go with you wherever you go. So I'm pretty sure he's used to all of that. And again, he's a great motivator in the beginning. The team seems to respond to him. We look at what he did with Dele Alli when he showed up at Spurs. It was like a new guy, like a new Dele that we've never seen before was unleashed, and then you saw that Chelsea twice.
Yeah,
great starts, and then it becomes sour. But that's football, though, you know.
Yeah, man.
You could be dropped at the very quickly if results don't start going your way. But good for him, though. I mean, he's got Tammy there with him. I don't know if Tammy's getting any runouts. I haven't been paying attention much to the Italian league.
Well, I can just popping on here, I can see that they're 3 for 3 with 3 dubs. So let's see. Syria. Has Tammy done any bit his part? My man Mkhitaryan scored.
Mickey.
Jordan Veretout. Then let's see. They had a 4-0 win. Jordan again. Pellegrini. Tammy did get a goal in the 69th minute of their 4-0 win.
Oh, good.
So he's got one there. El Shaarawy got one. It looks like they're playing pretty much complete team games. 3-1, 4-0, and 2-1 victories. Again, no big time competition yet so far in the Serie A for them. Pretty much lower level teams. But
El Shaarawy's back with Roma.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Yeah, he's got players, man. This team is definitely interesting. They brought Rui Patricio into goal when he left Wolves, so he's keeping goal for them.
I like that.
Chris Smalling's there. Obviously, Brian Reynolds is there. They have some other decent players. It's Pellegrini still with them. And Steven Nzonzi's still with them. So, yeah, man.
It's a good roster on paper.
Yeah, Mkhitaryan and Tammy doing some damage with El Shaarawy up top. Man.
Again, I don't think Josie's taken the job if he knows, he doesn't have the roster that he would think might be able to contend with the AC Milans and Inter Milans and Juves of the world.
Yeah. He won it's his 1000th game as coach, too. He just, not his 1000th win, but his 1000th game as manager.
Chelsea Football Club is starting. I know.
Yes, everybody. These games are all getting ready to start. So if you're getting ready to jump on the 3:00 games, enjoy what you see. Hopefully, all our squads get some dubs today.
I'll be very heartbroken if they somehow. I would be upset with even a draw at home against Zenit. No offense to any Russian team, Dan.
Just don't get red cards. That's the motto of today was clearly don't get red cards so far. Because
keep 11 guys on the field at all times. Right?
Yeah, I mean, generally that's the motto of any soccer game, but you can see how it affected the 2 early games. So,
but
Glazer's out.
You were just saying you would loved Ronaldo, and everybody at United loves the Ronaldo signing, and now just because you lost the game to Young Boys, you want. I mean, I know there's that riot before the game last year that because they wanted the board to step down, but.
Eddie, I was talking here, Eddie.
He's talking about his squad that always wins.
Yeah, the one that knows what Champions League tastes like. Not that one. It's funny.
Not the jersey that's hidden, but you know what? You guys did win this weekend.
We did win this week. We're out of relegation as this table opens up for this weekend for the moment. So the only thing that I will say is like I was going to say earlier, I was commenting about, how United fans are so excited they have Ronaldo, and how Chelsea fans should be so excited they have Lukaku, and I guess I have to be excited about Tomoyasu. But he came in, the kid played a great game. He only played 60 minutes in his debut, but he was a big contributor. So maybe they got a signing right. We'll see. I'm just happy not to see Bellerin or Cedric Suarez out there, and you guys have way better things to be excited about than me.
Yeah. I mean, that's just like, you got to say Norwich is done. I don't even care if it's like a couple games in.
Yeah, if you can't beat this Arsenal team right now, you're done. And honestly, I'm not excited about this Arsenal team because we won 1-0 against a bad Norwich team, and we were at home. So I don't know what that tells me too much going forward for this team, but we'll talk more about that on Thursday leading up to the weekend, I'm sure. Whoa! Si habla español.
Easy.
Me gusta. All right, well, I guess it's time we get out of here. We'll let everybody go enjoy their Champions League games. Let you go enjoy your Champions League game.
We shall see, Rosemary. We shall see.
I'll watch Bayern handle this whack-ass Barcelona team.
Yeah, I mean, Champions League for Ronaldo is going to be an issue because obviously with Lewandowski just not slowing down anytime soon. I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see what Messi's gotten up his sleeve for tomorrow and how he debuts for PSG in Champions League. But, is he still a threat to be a Golden Boot winner for Champions League? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely
Mbappe in that conversation probably before that.
If I had to put money down on the league, I would put Ronaldo to win Golden Boot right now, just because of his start and the fact that nobody's that far ahead of him. But Champions League's tough, and especially with a early loss today. Again, I don't see them having an issue getting out of their group, but that could definitely hurt. So if you don't get out of your group, you have zero chance. Yeah. And okay.
Oh no. Why?
What?
It's like we're playing, is anything off the top of your head?
Yeah. Just name a word. Anything.
There should be an Eagles show at some point. If you're thinking of it's American football.
I don't know what he's saying. I have no idea what that one is.
I've seen that guy before.
I've seen you before.
Literally just your name is always like random ass words.
Yeah. So, do you have any red card or yellow card before we get out of here?
Did anything really... Nothing really stood out to me, I think, in a negative light this weekend, I don't believe.
I had one that popped up this morning.
I mean, it's not really anything as far as negative, just I guess, a speedy recovery to Harvey Elliott. That was a nasty injury he had the other day.
Yeah, apparently he's having surgery to get that.
Freak play. Eric said it was a dirty tackle, but I thought it was an unlucky the way his ankle kind of rolled underneath like that. But yeah,
these guys play hard, and
he's a good player. He's going to be 18 years old and cracking that lineup, and he looks like he's got what it takes. That's a tough break. So hopefully he comes back and 100% and ready for probably next season at some point.
Yeah, all the haters that want to say this isn't a physical sport and it's not a contact sport, you can go back and watch that one too. We can just give you a whole video reel of some recent injuries in the last 2 years that would make you kind of
Liverpool injury coming at you again.
Yeah. My red card is going to FIFA and them denying Ajax the use of this third kit. So Ajax has come up.
They debuted it the other day.
They did, and now FIFA came out and said they can't wear it again because you're not allowed to give tribute to certain things. I guess FIFA wants to pick and choose who you can give a tribute to and who you can't. And apparently Bob Marley is one that is not okay for a club to give tribute to. It has to be something with the crest or something along those lines.
Oh, that's weird.
So apparently FIFA stepped in and said that they can't wear them anymore. I'm sure they'll fight it. I'm ordering the hell out of one of those because those things are awesome, and I'm a big Bob Marley guy.
Yeah. But they play that's like the club's song. Like they play
Three Little Birds.
Yeah.
It was a tribute to that whole thing, and it's just FIFA sticking their nose in a place where FIFA doesn't belong, and as usual somehow Bob Marley gets vilified. It's weird.
That's a weird move.
Yeah.
That's a weird flex.
Yeah, he's not a sponsor. Yeah, they say it has to be. You can only have a sponsor or crest or something on there, which is bullshit. Because don't even get me started on some of the kits that came out back a few year ago that didn't have sponsors either. That were okay. So you're gonna ridicule Bob Marley? That's bullshit. So
weird move, man.
They'll find a way to keep him, and they'll just add a sponsor onto there. That's the only thing you could do. Maybe we can make a national campaign for Red Stripe to step up and sponsor them, so they can just keep it in, have the Bob Marley Red Stripe kits. That would be dope.
They're pretty sweet, though.
Yeah,
I bet they did sell out.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my Venezia jersey.
Yeah, that'll be dope. I want to get Venezia. I definitely want to try and get one of these kits. I know they're going to be hard to come by, but there's a few out there. I was going to get the Arsenal third kit, but that's not happening this year. I'm not spending my money on that.
No.
So.
And unfortunately, my whole diatribe to Nottingham Forest has not sparked them at all because they lost to Cardiff again this week.
Yeah, but you know what? You can at least go out with a clear conscience knowing.
Yeah, I basically did it for me as well. So
yeah, you did everything you could to kind of get
who's the manager at Forest? Chris Hughton.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
But they're not doing good. They're
in
last place.
Yeah, they're struggling.
We do have an early goal alert.
Atalanta,
Remo
Freuler in the 6th minute
gives
on the board.
Atalanta lead over good old Dracula boy Unai.
Yes. Scoreless everywhere else. Some MLS games tonight. Lots to watch, always, as we say.
Yeah, it's there's never a dull moment. Even championships going on right now. Speaking of
your boys,
yeah,
Forest. Yeah, there was championship. Bournemouth was up 1-0. I saw that. Sheffield was tied. There was what else was going on today? There's a League Cup game tonight. Sounders play in that League Cup thing again against Santos. So,
Santos Laguna.
Yeah, you'll find that on some Spanish channel, I'm sure. EFL trophy games today. I mean, there's everything. Is West Ham really? Oh, well, they're all the U21s. I'm like, they're tied with Ipswich Town right now. But, yeah, all the Prem teams in the EFL's matchups are all the U21s of the Prem teams. So I wouldn't be too concerned on any upsets there.
Right now.
So, all right.
Dan.
Second goals in it. There's
Definitely
nobody scored in that game yet.
You said goal early, and I was like, really?
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah, we do have things here that show us the same thing you're watching, Dan. So,
but yeah.
Enjoy
the next few days of Champions League football. A lot of good stuff again. A little double dipper tomorrow. You got Besiktas and Dortmund kicking us off at 12:45 or 12:55, and then rolling into those. I'm assuming Liverpool and Milan, AC Milan, will be the one to watch tomorrow.
Yeah, plus a ton of MLS again tomorrow. Europa League starts tomorrow. The first game kicks off in there, and then they go again hard on Thursday. So when we come back on Thursday, we're going to have so much still to talk about with what happened in some of these Champions League games, the lead up to some of those Europa League games. Some will have ended by the time we even go on air. And
hopefully I'll be popping maybe some champagne and that the Union somehow
came back
an insane game out of their ass and get past Club America and get to that CONCACAF Champions League final. That'd be pretty surreal if the Union were in the Club World Cup and played like Real Madrid or something.
It's somebody's got to get in. So
right.
We need one of these MLS teams to win this Champions League sooner or later and compete in that Club World Cup. So I remember it was a couple of years ago. Liverpool played Flamengo or one of them in the final. Yeah. Like, that'd be so cool for one of these MLS teams to be able to play one of these top clubs in one of those finals.
You're hoping for someone from Club America to lose their cool early and get red carded, I think, for the Union to have probably any chance, but we'll see.
Well, we beg on a real Philly crowd to show up for that and dig into those Club America fans pretty good.
It's going to be a mix. They're going to come out of the woodwork.
Oh, yeah. They're all living in Philly. I saw a bunch of Club America kits not long ago when I was out and about, so they're here.
All right.
Flood our stadiums. We need to.
Yeah. Jesus. All right, everybody. Man. We appreciate everybody tuning in.
Yes,
all
sir.
The new people that checked us out for the first time. Thank you. We hope that you'll come back and watch us Thursday, 2 o'clock Eastern again. Thank you again, Dan, Pete, Lord Walker. We got Rosemary checking in. Eddie, good to see him back out of Facebook jail.
For now.
Eddie, of course. Eddie, another Eddie with Jakey. Anthony, again, thanks for tuning in. Good to see you back. Chucks.
Rosemarie even popped on.
Yes, I did see that.
Thank you, Rosemarie.
Obviously, Tommy, happy birthday again to the boss man.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
And all his hard work. Yes, brother. Thank you, man. So,
but yeah, we'll see you guys Thursday. Enjoy these games the next 2 days, and see you Thursday. Lots to talk about.
Later, man. Love you guys.